Hi, welcome to my podcast, Help Me Rhonda. I'm your host, Dr. Rhonda Karg. I'm a clinical psychologist, and each episode of this podcast, I present mental health related information to you in hopes that you'll gain insight into some of your own behavior and also learn new skills that will help improve your mental health. So, thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to share today on, I would say, my number one most important tool that I utilize day to day is trying to wear life like a loose fitting garment and be flexible. You enjoy life so much more when you're flexible. And sometimes I will go out there and say that it seems like it happens a lot during Mercury retrograde, like we're in right now, but the communication problems, running into a lot of barriers when you try to do something, misunderstandings abound. Regardless of what the cause is, there are days like that, or weeks and months like that. And what do we need to do in order to cope with that? And I would say that the most important skill to have is to be flexible. When things come up over which you have no control and that you don't want to have happening, it is important to use your Teflon mind and stay in the moment and be flexible. You are okay. Talking to yourself, calming yourself down, get your heart rate down, because you could end up in the red zone if you're not careful. Because, depending on the circumstance that's going on in your life, there may be a lot of disappointments right in a row. Like today, I had probably I had three disappointments earlier today. I tried to organize a pool party. I tried to rent a pool and invited a bunch of people, and then the host of the pool canceled at the last minute. And so then I said, "Okay, let's go down to Cherokee. We can go tubing." Well, on the internet, it said the website said they were still open, but I called just to make sure because it's like an hour away. I called and because there were a few of us that were going, and lo and behold, they're closed for the season. So I was like, okay, what are we going to do now? Then we tried to go to a swimming hole that someone suggested, and then we got turned around. We weren't sure where we were going. And then Google Maps sent us on a wild goose chase. And then after driving around in the country for a while, telling stories and bonding, driving along the river was gorgeous. I mean, what was wrong with the day? There was nothing wrong with the day. Did we get to go swimming? No. Were we bummed out about that? Yes. Was it comical? Yes. And the reason that we made the most out of it is because we were both like wearing life like a loose fitting garment. We weren't getting really pissed off about it. We weren't letting it ruin our mood. We were just like, huh, okay, weird. I don't know why this is happening, but okay. And then we would just start telling stories again. So it was beautiful. But it's so important to wear life like a loose fitting garment and be flexible when things happen that you don't want to have happening, over which you have no control. This is 99% of things that people suffer over. I could have gotten off track with my mood and my attitude this morning. It seems like there was something that happened this morning that led to a little bit of chaos, and I remember feeling like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to notice myself, kind of feeling like this is chaotic, noticing that I'm walking through it and we're going to figure out what to do and it'll be fun no matter what we decide to do. Walking through that this morning was really important in terms of the day that I am going to have. So That's why I'm here doing this podcast, is to teach you what I think is the number one skill in life to have, which is to be flexible, to be able to go with the flow. Now, that doesn't mean that you put yourself in abusive situations. That's not what I mean by that at all. Would never want you to stay in a situation like that, but to just be flexible, to be compassionate, to not get too attached to things. Again, use your Teflon mind and just try to go with the flow, because if you don't, it could really mess up the rest of your day. So being flexible is super important. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you heard something that you find useful, and I will see you next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.